Now he's going to let it fly. It is in. Touchdown, Seahawks. Goff steps up, lobs it to the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Great job, Smooth. We got to set the tone.
He's wrapped up and thrown down.
Could not get away from Aaron Donald. Great defensive play.
You talk about physical football.
Chris Carson just runs over.
Hey, boy, how about that? That's exactly what we need.
Well, the NFC West could be decided on Sunday in our NFL Total Access Game of the Week. The Seahawks are division champs with a win over the Rams, but L.A. winners in 5 of their last 6 against Seattle, which includes a Week 10 win this year. Now, the Rams would clinch a playoff berth with a win and vault to the top of the West standings by virtue of a head-to-head tiebreaker. Time now for the bucket list, presented by KFC. Back here with Terrell Davis and Brian Baldinger. So let's check out the keys to victory here for the Rams and Seahawks. TD, I want to start with you. What do you need to see from the Rams in this one?
Well, Red, I've called 2 of the Rams games this year, and what stands out to me about this team is that they like to get up on you early. They're 8-2 when scoring first, and then what they do is they let their defense go to work on you in the second half, right? Where they're only allowing 6.6 points per game in the second half, and they have 45 3-and-outs, which is second in the league. So the Rams are a team that they don't really try to have big plays. They try to get on you early and make you work from behind. That allows that play action to work. That allows Sean McVay to call up any call he wants to and really kind of dictate the pace of the game. And when they do that, they're tough to beat. So that's what I want to see in this game. And I figured they'll do the same thing with Seattle. Last time they played the Seahawks in Week 10, they scored on their first 3 possessions, and the game was essentially over after that.
And while the Seahawks have been better on defense, still 32nd in the league, dead last in pass defense, could provide a soft landing spot for Jared Goff and company. All right, Baldy, how about for the Seahawks? What's the key to victory there?
Well, I did Seattle's game last week, the win against the Washington football team in Washington, and you saw the return of a healthy Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde, and Rashad Penny for the first time all year. All 3 of those backs were there. But then, you also get the physical presence from Jamal Adams. I mean, he missed 4 games earlier in the year. And when you watch him, he's got 16 sacks now in the last 24 starts. And not all of them are rushing the passer. Some of them are just this. He's a curl flat player as they try to put pressure on Dwayne Haskins last week. And this is the effort that you constantly see from Jamal Adams from this team whenever he has played. All out, he gets a sack there, Dwayne Haskins across the field just on effort. And then he just has a knack. He has an uncanny knack just by formation, down distance, to really pick his spots and go try to make some negative plays, especially in the run game, as he does right here. Just timing this coming off the edge. And I think that Jamal will be ready for this. He'd like to win a division, like to go to the playoffs. He's never done that before. I think he'll be extra motivated here this weekend.
Yeah, leading the Seahawks in sacks. Aaron Donald, of course, leading the Rams in sacks with that #1 total defense in football right now. Let's pick this game. TD, who you got?
I have the L.A. Rams winning this one 24-22. To me, it's still about the Rams defense. They're still an excellent unit. They lean on that defense heavily. That defense also scores points for that offense. It's kind of what gets them going. So I'm going Rams 24-22 over the Seahawks.
All right, Baldy, you're up.
Well, I like the running game. All that stuff about that hashtag of let Russ cook earlier in the year, that's not in Seattle. That's not what Pete Carroll wants him to be. I think the physical running attack that they'll present to the Rams this weekend is going to be formidable. I like Seattle in this game for that and other reasons. 27-23 right now.
Going with the Hawks, Baldy. All right, I'm gonna back TD on this one.
There you go.
I think the Rams are gonna come out on top here, 33-31. They picked off Russell Wilson twice in that Week 10 matchup. I think that Rams defense is gonna stand tall once again. And nobody better in football, I feel like, at corrections than Sean McVay. Jared Goff and company have not lost 2 straight this entire season. So I'm going with LA.
Smart choice. Smart choice.
Henry back in there. Here he comes. Getting to the outside, to the 20. Great step off! Oh, have some of that! Oh! Wow! Out of bounds at the 17! That was Mike Tyson uppercut, knocking people over the top rope. Whoa!
Well, just 7 human beings can say they've rushed for 2,000 yards, and our Terrell Davis is one of them. And with respect to Eric Dickerson, TD2K, really the all-time single-season leader, 24-76 the total back in '98 when you include the postseason. So with that, we say hello to Terrell Davis once again here. Look at him. There he is, the Hall of Famer. TD, with Derrick Henry on the verge now of 2,000, 321 on the ground that he needs in these final 2 weeks to join that elite club and be the 8th member. You had, what, 199 to go with 2 weeks left? So what was your mindset, your approach down that final stretch, knowing you were so close to 2,098?
Yeah, well, Red, it wasn't about really my mentality. It was about the offensive line. It was about the wide receivers. It was about the coaches, the other teammates. They wanted that accomplishment more than I did. And so I try not to focus on it and try to go out there and just do my job. But you can't help but to see it and know that you're super close to breaking that milestone. And what you do is you just try to, hopefully there's opportunities in the game that allow you to do it. And you kind of just go through it that way. Now, for me, I only had 29 yards in weeks, weeks 15 back then. And so at my last game, I needed 170 yards to break 2,000. And I didn't think I was going to get it. I didn't think the coaches were going to let me play because we didn't really need that win. And so as the game got going and we started getting closer and closer, the crowd was going nuts. You can see all the fans saw it. They were putting it on the scoreboard. Offensive line, like Mark Schlereth said, he didn't care if I wanted it or not. I was getting 2,000 yards. And so it became a team rallying cry. And so it was pretty cool to see it go down and happen, man. So it's going to be fun. I think Derrick Henry has the same mindset right now. Yeah,
I'm glad you shared that you had quite the dud in that second to last game of the season with just 29 rushing yards. I would be shocked if Derrick Henry put up that kind of number this week against the Packers. But how does Green Bay slow him down?
Well, for me, it's two things. I think one is they have to get to him early, right? Penetration in the backfield, kind of stop the momentum, make the Titans kind of throw the ball early. I think that's easier said than done, but the Cleveland Browns did it. They were able to penetrate the line of scrimmage, hit Derrick Henry on the other side of the ball, and really force the Titans to have to put the ball up in the air. I think the second way is you stop him is you limit his opportunities. I mean, if you're the offense of the Green Bay Packers, you got to put points on the board. So the Titans have to go with the passing game to keep up, and they have to abandon the run. If you can do those two things, you got a good shot at it. But boy, I feel like right now that they are sniffing 2,000, and I think King Henry can sniff it, and it's going to take a lot to stop that man from getting 2K.
Okay, then. So does he help them get a win? Let's pick this game. Who do you have here between the Packers and the Titans?
I have the Titans in this game, 35-31 over the Green Bay Packers. This is not going to be about either defense stepping up to make a play. I think the Titans, obviously, they can run the ball with the best of them. I think Tannehill's going to be key in this game. I think the Packers will try to load the box to stop King Henry, and that's going to allow Tannehill and Corey Davis and A.J. Brown to really just have a big day. So I'm going with the Titans.
I'm with you on this. It feels weird picking against the number one seed in the NFC right now at home, right around Christmas against the Titans.
Rhett, you're smart.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll take that. The Packers' run defense much better this year than it was a year ago, but the Titans' pass game much better this year as well. I think that makes a difference here. So this is what's going to go down with the Titans and Packers. Titans can clinch the AFC South with a win and a Colts loss to the Steelers this week. They'll just clinch a playoff berth with a win, or if the Dolphins or Ravens happen to lose here in Week 16. Packers are already in as the NFC North champions. They can clinch the #1 overall seed and the only first-round bye this season with a win and a Seahawks loss. All right, coming up next, why the most important player on the Bucs offense isn't named Tom Brady.